All right, it's Haven time, baby. So before I get into how I think of the map, I got this for the game. Things to focus on this game. We're gonna retake on the Go word, which in the past has been cut, but also I haven't we haven't really been used it, or I haven't been using it. We haven't really established it super heavy, but this is just gonna try and get us to retake all together at the same time whenever we're ready, so we're not just it's like staggered falling in. Post plant positioning and communication. I'll go into what I mean by that when I talk about our attack half. But I feel like that's the time when we dry up the most. And call and response. So, just in general, when someone's when someone's saying to do something, when someone's saying play off site, when someone's saying, can you flash for me? When someone's saying, can you, someone's saying, whatever, respond to heard or whatever. So going into this game, I want us to really harp on these three things. The comms have been fairly cluttered lately, which I'm fine with because I've said multiple times, like, there have been so many times where we're just silent. If we, if we're gonna, and I'm telling everybody to talk, it's gonna get cluttered. It's gonna be chaotic. And that's okay because then once we get to a point where we're just not talking, we can reel back and be like, okay, like when do we need to pause, when do we need to be silent, but one thing at a time. And also I'd like to say that these past games, we've certainly been getting better. I know Bind probably didn't feel great leaving Bind because it was a double loss, and that never feels good, obviously. But we are improving. We're already improving from last season. A lot of the issues I've talked, just like the silence, the comms and stuff, they're getting better. We are improving. It's just step by step. It's not going to be all better at once, but we are getting better, genuinely. So good job, and we're going to keep it up. Okay. So Haven, this is how I think of the map. I'm going to start with offense. This is our comp. I think there are a couple parts on this map that are really important. I think specifically A main here is really important to control, and this sets the pace of the game. I don't know if you guys remember our past games on Haven because they were so long ago, like I think literally a year ago. But there were two games that I remember distinctly that they would have like a chamber on A main or a raise, and they would immediately nade lobby, or they'd have chamber opping A. And we could not go to A at all because we just didn't. We would just get pushed off and we'd be like, okay, we're leaving. We're never coming back. Obviously, we've all got better since then, but the lesson to learn is that they controlled A main the whole game, and they've cut off they've cut off a site. You can't do anything, especially if by controlling A main, you have vision into lobby is really the big is really the big thing, right? Because if you're looking into lobby, they can't go sewers and they can't go A main without someone, getting spotted. So this is really important, and we can take it in multiple different ways. Obviously, like we have double initiator, pretty aggressive. We can, we can fight for it right off the bat, and probably get it pretty handily. When we do fight for A main and we do push A, we have to be very conscious of sewers and main. I see this happening in ranked a lot. So, maybe in a more coordinated team environment, it's not going to matter as much. But, like, if we all five go A main, they can very easily wrap out sewers and come get us. If we all five go sewers, the same thing. But usually people don't all five go sewers. So we need someone, even if that's just, like, Killjoy just sitting here watching sewers so we don't get, like, fucking wrapped and destroyed. But anyways, A main is really important. So I feel like we're going to fight for it fairly often. Other things, I really don't like just running up B. I really don't like rushing B because the rotates come in so fast. I mean, what's a normal setup on defense for Haven? Like 1B, 1 garage, 1C, 2A. I feel like that's pretty fair, right? Like a lot of people set up like this, right? And I mean, just look how fast they can rotate over. Like, especially this garage guy's immediately here. if they have garage control, C guy can come through garage. It's probably around the same, but like you can just get there so quickly. So I really don't like just rushing up B. I see B as more of a backup site, but we'll try and make some B stuff work, right? Because it shouldn't just be ignored, obviously. And I think with double initiator, I think it'll be a lot easier to take. And then we have C. I really hate 5-manning through C long. I think you just if you give up this garage control, and you 5-man through, you just have no room to work with. I think, we can like 4-man through and like smoke off garage and then have someone lurk up if we want. But I think for the most part, like when we hit C, it'll be pretty split. Maybe on some ecos or something, we'll just all go through garage and come out, whatever. But in general, I really like taking garage control if we hit C. I feel very very vulnerable if we don't have garage and we're hitting C for the most part. For post plants, playing for long is awesome on C. For the most part, I mean, depending on who they have, whatever, like, yeah, we can all sit long, but I think it's even, I feel like on these sites you can hold fairly well. I mean, B's might be a little hard, but whatever. So if we want to have, let's say we plant C. Let's say the plant is right here. We have, if we want to set up for a post plant, I'm okay if Killjoy goes long, you can stall. Maybe Breach is there too, to help with utility or Omen or something. But then for the most part, right, we can have like, maybe Breach isn't there. But for the most part, we want people on site fighting or on site holding some areas. Even if like Omen's behind this box, KJ's here, so they have a crossfire. And they have to, KJ can swing off Omen contact, or like Breach right here can swing off Omen contact, whatever. When this gets into the post plant positioning and communication, if someone's saying, if we hit site, we plant, and someone's saying, hey, play off site, play off site, play off site, let's do that. Like, let's follow the call, right? But at the same time, just state your intentions, because what often happens is someone will say like play off site, and then like 2 people will come off site, and then 2 people will be on site and they'll stay on site, and then this person will be like play off site, and then these people aren't saying anything, and it's like, and obviously this isn't assigned to any individual people or whatever. I'm just using these as examples. And then it's like, well, wait, what's happening? Like what, you guys aren't talking with each other. You're not, and we've all done it. You're not talking with each other. You're not talking with us. Like, we don't know what's going on. But sometimes if you just say like, hey, like, I'm like playing here. Just play off my contact. I'll be the death. Whatever. We can afford to lose one. Just play off my contact here. We could have a crossfire. Whatever. Just get that communication up, right? And there are a lot of places I don't think we should be. C is the best place to play off site, probably. B as well. Maybe B's even better, arguably. But I think especially on A, right? Like, we should be on site to some degree when we're playing, because A is just awesome. We can be like hell and have like right here and have like guy right here. So like they swing out, this guy takes contact. We have a hell swing. We have a swing there. Like, great. Like let's especially on A. I think playing on sites is a great idea. Obviously, there are fucking whatever. There are times we won't, but that's sort of some vague post plant ideas. Let's see. I think we can get a lot of value off depositing Joel places and then having him lurk up or flank. And what I mean by that is like, so we could like smoke B at the beginning of the round. We could get Joel right here. We maybe even have Killjoy right here. And then we have like, these guys are like, okay, we're taking this space, and then we take this space, I guess we'll probably need 4, whatever. We take this space, we do a side execute, and then we have a late lurk coming in. And the same thing kind of works for if we take C, right? Like, if we deposit someone here, we can go C, and as we hit C, we have a late lurk coming in. If we hit B, we can, B hits might also include taking garage, but whatever. So this is, I think, a good lurk spot. If we don't have someone lurking there, A really awesome thing that I love on this map with Killjoy is placing her turret like window. And if it's window, it gets the walkout garage and grass, and that's just so wonderful. It gives you so much information. You can also place it like right here. I mean, just no other Sentinel can do this. No other Sentinel has this like, I mean, I guess Cypher Cam technically, right? But like, no one has this thing that's just constant passive active information, which is just so great. I love it so much. And then obviously we still have Alarm Bot to like be the dedicated flank watch. The downside of this is this does sort of restrict Killjoy, right? Like this isn't a very big bubble where you can move in, but it still does help when we want to play slow, when we want to default. We're gonna want to use this turret, I think. Yeah, or if like on the off chance we have Killjoy lurk, which I'm not. Her lurking is a lot different than other Sentinels lurking. Like it's a much different style, or controllers, or whatever. But anyways, I really like that turn. I also think we've had discussed that when we default, like we need a general plan for default. Okay, so here's generally, when I say default, generally what I want to happen on Haven. So probably someone like Passive C, and we're either taking one of two places. We're either like I said, like let's just say we have the Killjoy turret here to watch the walkout. Okay, that's fine. Then we're going to take some A main space. That's the goal. We're going to take some A main space or sewer space or something. We're going to get this orb right here. We're going to do something, right? Because we can't just sit and spawn if we're defaulting. That won't be helpful to anyone. So that's one option. Another option is, maybe we do the same thing. Like we have the turret here. We take this A space. We can leave it, threaten a lurk. We can get this orb. And then if we want to, we can set Joel up here. We remove the turret. We choose a site to hit, whatever. I hope that's clear enough. But that's sort of how I view the defaulting on this map. Taking A space is important. Getting that C orb is pretty easily, especially if they just like smoke early on C. It's just like free orb. And controlling grass either passively or actively is also very beneficial. And also what's great about this lurk position is that you hear so much. You're going to hear people, if we're hitting A, we're going to hear people rotating through C and B, So it's going to be really important, Joel, or maybe even Rachel might be lurking there sometimes, for, excuse me, oh my God, for you guys to be saying, like, giving us that info update, right? Okay, I think that's everything I can really think of for attack. On defense, and also just some smaller things. We have so many flashes to set up our duelist and to set up our entries. So I think a lot of our entries are going to be like if you notice, Haven sort of works like the sites like are kind of cut in two, like that and that. Like these boxes sort of cut the sites up in two. In a way. And so what this might look like, our side entries, is like, okay, I'm going to breach flash this. You're going to sky flash around this box as Jet dashes in. And, maybe instead of clearing close, Jet's just going box to fight the person box with a flash. And we're clearing, let's say Omen and Killjoy are clearing close with the breach flash, right? Or, what's more likely is that we're split pushing, right? And I'm just throwing some shit here. So, like, Jet's like, okay, flash for me behind box, sky, and then I'm flashing or stunning here to get the sewers people in, right? So that's how I think a lot of our site hits are going to work. And on C, it kind of works the same way. With Garage, I mean, not really, right? But the same sort of concept, right? We have Initiator utility to clear this close area, and then we have some to clear this back area. Or to help us clear, I should say. Okay, now I'll talk about defense really quick. Breach is awesome on this map. He's My guilty pleasure is playing him on C, because if you stun behind this box and they're all C, well, they all get stunned, and then you can aftershock, like this Cubby, and then a lot of them die. But good teams won't let that happen. They might let it happen once, but then it's not going to happen again, right? So maybe that's an eco play if we're stacking C. The hope is that a lot of them come down C long. I'll stun it up and we'll swing, right? And I'll probably play C a little bit, but I think Breach is also a good garage, especially if he has like the help of like an alarm bot or something. I think he can fight garage really well and lock it down. I think he's obviously good like on A, to help fight for A main, sewers and stuff. Yeah, so I don't even know what that was. Whatever. But anyways, I think when we're rotating off, let's say it's an A hit. I'm just throwing guys out here. Let's say it's an A hit, and we want to rotate over. I think in general, this could be wrong, this could be misguided, but I think keeping garage control for me is a little more important than keeping C control, like C long control, especially if Killjoy's set up around here. So let's say we have turn info here. So it's like, oh, we want to rotate A. Okay, well, long person will rotate. Let's say the B person rotates too, as we think it's an A hit, and then we keep someone garage, because this will help contain more than like playing here will. I think. I really like having garage control, especially on C. Like, one person C, one person garage. Someone's got to be playing garage. We've got to contain garage somehow. If we don't have someone playing garage, maybe we have like a Killjoy blender set up there, whatever. But garage is very important for this side of the map. I also think we need to op often. So like, if we do I don't know the exact order of it, but if we win pistol, someone light buys, so we can get op on our buy round, not on our bonus, our buy round, unless our bonus is just fucking crazy, but whatever. And I want us opping C, right? That's a good op spot, but especially opping A main often, because if we can set up the op A main, I mean, like I said, this is a really important area to control, and we just have our jet like right here, looking and holding lobby with an op, like that's huge. Because I mean, just look at how much area of the map this shuts off. I mean, just look at it. You don't have to worry about lurkers or site hits. All for A. If you're just looking lobby with an op. It's wonderful. I think we can play retake often. I think retake in the past has been a struggle of ours, but that's also because in the past we've played a lot of Viper Harbor, right? Which can be really hard to retake with. We played a lot of Double Smokes, which can be really difficult to retake with. Or at least difficult, when you're less coordinated, whatever. But we have 2 initiators. We shouldn't worry too much about playing retake. I think with Breach and Sky, and even Omen, like, we have so many tools to retake with. We shouldn't be afraid of playing our lives and retaking. For an eco, we have the classic eco on defense. Where we just stack A, we can stun down sewers from here, right? And then let's say we have Omens here with everybody's here, everybody's having a great time. Omen can blind, right? As everyone's pushing out and shit. Great. Yeah. So on an eco, this is another thing. On an eco, when the call comes to eco, and also if you have to eco, if you have to buy, just be vocal about it. Be like, I can't buy. Because we don't want to end up in positions. Maybe we'll just have someone watch economy. Maybe it'll be like Killian's job to watch economy. But we don't want to be in positions where like we're saying save for the last 10 seconds, right? And also when we're ecoing, generally, I want everyone to be prepared that, okay, we're stacking somewhere, or, we're going to play together, like 4 to 5 people together, mostly 5, right? So if the call's to eco, don't be spreading out to, especially if it's a tough eco, don't be spreading out to all the sites. Just be sticking together, at the beginning of the round. Just have that in your mind. Last thing I'll say about defense is C is interesting, right? So this cubby area over here, it can be really important. Let's say we have two ones. Let's say we're like heavy C this round, right? Okay. If we have, let's say, jet hopping back here. Maybe I should be doing this, whatever. We have jet holding this angle. Omen over here can come creep up and play cubby. Now, obviously this is very risky because, you know, Omen's like right here and getting out of this area is pretty tough. But this gives us a lot of like information here, right? Because, I mean, look at what you can listen to. And also, it allows our op to move if we want our op to move. Or it allows this person playing C to move, which is a big deal. It just gives us more map control. And I feel like at our ELO, there's a fair amount of games, from my experience, where C is just can be left alone over and over again by the attackers. And if that happens, we can establish these people here, and we can like just listen for util. Maybe we play judge, right? And it's just they're running into a judge cubby, like you're getting at least one, maybe even two. But yeah, so those I think are my thoughts for the most part. This guy's going in my deck for sure, my new one. Psalm-Student Akram, 4 mana, 2/2. Just Battlefield Central, like, just go to 50 cents, you know what I mean? Pretty hype. Yeah.